Hello, my name is Tony Holland, founder and CEO of Global Premier Benefits, an integrity company. I want to talk to you guys today about our culture. When you join the Global Premier Benefits family, we are a family. We're family first. Matter of fact, first, let me correct that. We keep God first, family second, then the business third. But you're going to be a part of a special family. I mean, a perfect example of our culture during that whole 2020 crisis we went through with COVID and that summer of, division, I call it. We brought our team together. I said, I brought the entire organization together on a Zoom call. I said, guys, I know we're going through tough times right now in our country, but we're going to rise above that. We're going to be a shining light in a dark world right now. It was crazy for a while. I said, you know what, guys? We're going to love each other. We're going to support each other. We're not going to participate in the divisiveness that's going on in our society. Because we got people. We're probably one of the most diverse organizations in America. We got people from all walks of life. African American, we got Asian American, we got Caucasian American, we got people that are Muslim, Jewish, Christian, non-denomination, atheist. We all work together. And during that crisis, I brought everybody together and said, guys, we're going to be about changing and saving lives. We're going to do what's right for these consumers. Think about that senior right now that's 60 and 70 years old that sees all this that's going on, sees the crisis that's going on in our country. Many of these are veterans that fought for this freedom that many people are taking for granted. We got to let them know somebody's positive is going to be there for them. So we promote the PMA movement like any other group out there. Negativity is not going to be allowed. Yes, we're going to have crises. Yes, there's going to be challenges to overcome, but we're going to keep that glass being half full versus half empty. We're going to always see the positive side no matter what we go through, because we know that adversity, as a team, we can get through anything. It's no difference when I was coaching football, and running an organization. We expect challenges. We know that's part of the game, but we're going to get through that together. And, I'm asked all the time, how can we change? People say, because I get calls from IMOs and FMOs and people from Tony, why culture? Why do you need that? And why it matters? You can have one bad person on your team. It's like having a rotten apple. You put one rotten apple in a barrel of ripe apples. Over time, that rotten apple's going to get 2 or 3, 4 or 5. Before you know it, the whole barrel is rotten. And that culture is so important. And I always teach our people, whatever you're going through, you can get through it. And by the way, there's a thing I've shared in many talks. Whatever you're thinking about and whatever you're speaking about, you're bringing about. Let's keep it positive. Let's think positive thoughts. Let's make sure we're doing our mental workup with Les Brown and Zig Ziglar, Brian Tracy, or Grant Cardone, or Anthony Robbins. Make sure you keep it positive. And how you can change that. If your organization is going down the wrong road, it starts at the top. It starts with the leader. And you guys can see from this session right here today, this talk today, I'm pretty positive and pumped up. Okay, I'm passionate about what I'm going to do. I will not be denied. I'm on a mission to change as many lives possible as I can and pay it for what was given to me. I came into this business with nothing. And it was because I decided to make a change in the culture I grew up in, which was, not having much, a poverty mindset. I said, I want to change that. I came from that. I said, I'm going to help other people change that as well. And so you can't have that in your office. You can't have that in your any negativity can never be allowed. It'll kill you. It'll kill your business. It'll kill your productivity. And sometimes you might need, if you're a leader on a team, you might need to get rid of somebody on your team that just doesn't fit that culture no more. I've had to do it. I don't like firing people or parting ways with people because I never want to burn bridges, But sometimes for the good of the team, you got to let them go. I've had times when I coached football, there's a kid that just wasn't coming to practice, bringing a team down, just wasn't part of the culture. I had to let that kid go. And I hated it. But, it was better to save the team and let that one bad apple go and then have the whole thing fall apart. And it's the same thing when you're running a business. You can't have people that are ruining the opportunity because they're having a bad moment in their life. They're going through a divorce or they're going through personal challenges or a sickness and bringing that negativity into the organization. You got to weed that out. Because I'm going to tell you something. It's just like weeds in a garden. I was taught this by Anthony Robbins. the great Anthony Robbins. Many of you guys have probably heard of him. He taught me in the early days when I first started getting on this PMA tip in my organization, in my own mind. You got to weed out that negativity like weeds in the garden, because over time it'll take over your garden, and you can't let that happen. So, what do you do? A question I get sometimes: what do you do to make it better? It starts with you. Play motivational videos before you start your meeting. I do that for like 2 or 3 minutes. Doesn't mean it's been that long, but there's plenty online. I mean, that's what I love about the technology we have now. We didn't have that back in the 90s. You guys, you can just take your smartphone out, put in a link, and boom, you can get thousands and thousands of different sources of great PMA stuff out there to get your team pumped up for the day. Use music. I like, whether it's R&B or, whatever you're into, or rock and roll or rap or country, anything that's going to pump people up. You need that. Just like working out in the gym, man. I have my best workouts when they got good music playing. I can't work in silence. So how do you promote and support a good culture? By doing that, by living it yourself. Be that shining light. Even if you're in an environment right now that's not the best, okay? And if you can't change it, at least change yourself. You be that shining light. You be an example of what you're supposed to do and what you're supposed to say. You be the one that impresses upon the team to impact that change. And that's sometimes what I've had to do. When I first started as an agent, I had to be the one that was doing right, so other people started to do what's right. So if you're in a situation right now where the culture is that bad, give me a call. We'd love to have you on our team. If you want to get started with us, it's very, very simple, because if you're there in that situation and it's such a cesspool of negativity and it's the wrong environment, trust me, we got the total opposite. We're going to foster your growth and help you build and help you grow and love you up. We're about love. We're about, peace of mind and sharing hope and helping people get to the next level. I love it when my teammates come to us that are down and out, going through a crisis, going through a challenge, and they come to us. And man, they just blossom. They go from making $40,000, $50,000 a year. Within a year or two, they're making, $500,000 a year or $250,000 a year and changing a life. It's just unbelievable what they can do if they just get in that right environment, that right culture, so they can blossom. So if you would get started with us, you can reach me real easy. Go to info@globalpremierbenefits.com, info@globalpremierbenefits.com, or you can call me. I'll take your phone call. I love the text, so you can text me. It's better to reach me by text. You reach me at 443-253-3634. That's 443-253-3634. I'm Tony Holland. It's a pleasure speaking to you guys today. Look forward to speaking to you soon. May God continue to bless you, and thank you.